Well, we get Eddie in the ambulance, and I asked him, the ambulance driver, where do I sit, in the back or the front? He said, well, you got a choice. And I says, well, I'd like to sit in the front. So he says, well, all right, well, come on. So we get in the front, and we took off. The guy, the ambulance driver, was really a fun guy to be with. I mean, he, well, I don't know how far I can go with this, but I'm going to go a little ways. But he is, of course, he's in a hotel right now. He sold his house. He hasn't bought another house yet, but he bought an RV. So he's living out of his RV, working for the ambulance company. And his RV broke down because he's in an RV park. And they sent him a message that it's going to be 4 or 5 days before they've got his RV ready. Well, at this point, he's in the hotel, so he's staying there waiting for his RV. And in the meantime, me and that fella, we were hitting it off with some great stories, and I'm sure a lot of his, were definitely right along the line. Of course, mine were too. I always like to add a few little gingerbread articles in there. So, but we're driving down Greenville Avenue. It's midnight now. Well, not quite midnight. I think it's around maybe 11:30. But anyway, we're driving down Greenville Avenue, and this fella, I wish I could remember his name. Her name is, and I don't even want to bring it up. Anyway, he hits a bump, and I'm talking about the front of the ambulance. It jumped up pretty good, but the back of the ambulance, man, I think the back wheels come off the ground. And the ambulance lady in the back, she says, "Don't do that anymore." Of course, Eddie was sitting there screaming something. I couldn't make it out. So anyway, we finally got home, got Eddie unloaded. I tell you, all these people that I've been running into, they're just more helpful than I've ever had help before, besides my friend Joey. I sure miss Joey. Anyway, we got him in the house. They helped me get him into bed. We said our goodbyes. They took off. I stayed home. I'm right here. And of course, Marie's over there, I can see her fuming, because I didn't tell her what much was going on, She, finally, when I got Eddie settled, she starts in. Okay, now, crosscut's going to be Marie. She looks at me straight in the eye, and I just thought, I can't listen to this. I am so tired. All I want to do is go sit down. Well, I said, yell at me in the morning. I don't feel like listening to you right now. I just want to get a little bite to eat and go lay down. Well, how come you didn't tell me you took off? Well, I said it happened so fast that I don't even know why I did that, but I did it, so I'm done. Okay, all right. We'll talk in the morning. So anyway, I got a little bite to eat, and I went in there and went to bed. But this is not the end of it. Okay, gave Eddie his medication, put him in bed. Oh, golly. Eddie screaming at the top of his lungs. Lay! So 4 o'clock, I'll run in there. I open the door, and he's sitting on the floor. And I thought, Eddie, what are you trying to do now? And he says, well, I needed to go to the bathroom, and this is as far as I made it. Got him up, back up on the bed, and I don't know if I really want to say this, but let's just say that everything he was wearing, he could not keep wearing it. I woke up around 6 o'clock, 7 maybe, I don't know. I don't even keep track of time anymore. I go in there, it's probably, 7:30, and I ask Ed if he wants something to eat. And He said, yeah, just fix me the same thing you fix every day. I said, okay. So it didn't take long, you know. I hear the bell ring. I hate that bell. I'm never gonna want to ever install another wireless doorbell. I mean, every time I hear that thing, my mind just, it's got this certain ring and it just tells me, run for the hills. What does that mean? Well, it means I don't want to hear it anymore. Anyway, so Eddie gets through his breakfast, get all the stuff out of his room, still working on his clothes. Marie goes in there to find out what happened. She heard some kind of thud or something. So she goes in there, and I don't even know what I was doing. She calls me, "Hey, Eddie's on the floor." I thought, oh no, not again. So, what does Eddie's on the floor mean? That means he fell again. So, of course, I didn't know what happened until I got in there. So I get in there, and he's on the floor. He's sitting on the floor. And he says, well, I slid out of bed. And I just thought, okay, how do you do that, you know? Well, I get him up. He's fine, you know, don't have to do anything. Help get him back in bed. And then it was time to, which I forgot to give him his pills a little earlier, so I gave him his pills, got him back in bed. The day is floating along just fine until around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And here we go again. What happened? Well, I don't know. He said he blacked out. He said he was trying to go to the bedside potty, and he said he blacked out, fell. He hit the floor with his rear end, and then his head and back flew against the wall. Well, Marie's got this big picture, you know. I don't know how big, but it's big. But anyway, when his back and head hit the picture, luckily there was a piece of styrofoam up against the picture to where his back and head hit. Well, of course, he broke the glass in the picture, and of course Marie's all upset because that was her favorite picture. You know, it's always their favorite picture when it gets broke or whatever. So anyway, get Eddie up, get him back in bed, you know, helped him do what he needed to do. And let's see, gosh, I'm running out of Eddie's stuff. Hang on a minute. He's thinking. Yeah, I am thinking. Thank you, Crosscut. You're welcome. Well, while we were driving home in the ambulance, the fella, he said, you know, your brother looks kind of. No, let me back up. Your brother looks kind of yellow. And I said, yeah, I noticed that too. In your opinion, does that look like it's starting or it's been going on for a while? It's been going on for a while. Okay, well, he says, give him, it was one thing I've never heard of, and then the other one was give him some either give him vitamin K or vitamin E. Well, luckily we've got a bunch of vitamin E at the house, and so as soon as we got him home, you know, before he ate, before he did anything, we gave him that vitamin E. I mean, I'm sure it worked okay, but this is about as far as I'm going to go because this story is a little bit too long. We talked about that later. All right. Well, anyway, all right, Crosscut. Say goodnight. Crosscut. Say goodnight. I don't want to say goodnight. I'm having fun. Well, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So, what seems to be your fun thing now? I want to meet that lady ambulance driver. I want a big biscuit. Well, I'll see what I can do. Oh no. There's just no hope for you. You know that, Crosscut? Well, my middle name is Hope. Oh, okay. Crosscut, Hope, something. Okay. Well, say goodnight, Crosscut. Good night, Crosscut. Okay. Y'all have a good evening.